Everyone.
Yeah, but that's how happy it is, DJ. Yeah, we're so buzzing with that moment. Why?
Honestly.
Because we don't.
It's our biggest game in however long. Should be buzzing.
Why? Thank you. But now look at the feeling you're feeling. Look at the feeling he's feeling, and everyone here is feeling. Now we want that every day. We want that every game. We want to be proud of our team.
And you know, when we sign Victor Gyökeres, we'll have a 40-goal a season striker, and we'll be winning everything.
Cool. Clip that. 2 hours 17 minutes 43. Thank you very much. We'll clip that.
By the way, I heard through the grapevine. If you're going to talk about rumors, I heard the real reason why Aubameyang got kicked out of the club was because he punched up Arteta.
Oh, well, funny that, because I've heard the fucking same.
Yeah,
he didn't punch him; he slapped him.
Yeah, I heard they got into a physical altercation, but I never heard any rumors about
maybe he's actually got sources.
I never heard any rumors of Arteta and Edu getting into altercation. I heard Edu was actually getting his feet cut from under him. He wanted to bring a bunch of Brazilian players, like the one that's at Newcastle, the one that's at West Ham. Lucas, what's his name?
Lucas Paqueta.
Lucas Paqueta, Bruno Guimaraes. He wanted to bring.
Oh, okay. So Edu's got better talent ID than Arteta.
Edu also wanted to bring in Morello before he went to Nottingham Forest.
Wow, Edu might actually be all right.
Edu, from what I've heard, we might have gotten Edu wrong, and he might have not actually had any power because none of the major Brazilian talent that he wanted to bring to the club, bar Marquinhos, was.
So he didn't have any power. So you're telling me the manager has the final say. Thank you, which is what he said.
The board did not approve a lot of Edu's investment that he wanted to make.
Wow.
That's why he ended up.
Pick up Edu if that's true, mate, because he's got better talent ID than Arteta.
Apparently, he wanted all these Brazilian players, and none of them came. Bought Marquinhos because it was the only one that they deemed affordable.
And he was free, and we paid $3.5 million.
This once again is not credible. This once again is not credible journalism. It's based on links and rumors.
I'm in a good mood. I can't go through all the signings Arteta and Edu's made. It's cringy. Sorry.
Yeah, stream's gone downhill, man. It's supposed to be a
well, he started it. I shut up for 45 minutes. He started it. You then kicked off. Kenny's been polite as hell, and then he jumps back in again.
Man. Guys, can I bring it back to
have a good positive stream?
Let me quickly do this.
Hey, I turned up on the stream thinking this is going to be amazing. Yeah, this idiot fucking kicks off on me, and then this one kicks off on me. Then he comes back in.
This is how I am. This is how it is every week.
Hang on. Let me do this very quickly. These 4 super chats, and then we'll come to a close, and then we'll you can say your point, Egal. Anton says, keep one and sell one for the next season. Erdegaard or Party.
If we get 100 million for Erdegaard,
sell one.
100 million? Are you crazy?
That's what PSG were offering.
Keep Party, bin Odegaard.
Keep both.
And give Gabriel the armband. Yeah, and
really,
Rice the second.
Odegaard's not going nowhere.
No, he ain't going nowhere. He's on 240. No one to buy him, mate.
I hope both of them stay. Abdullah says, big up Dan and the panel. A lot of fans in our fan base, including me, do not want this manager here. But as for me, I won't go to the point of wanting Arsenal to lose a game. The ownership are the problem. Big up to you, Abdullah. I really appreciate your super chat, bro. Mina says, excuse me, I'm really going my voice here. If Kroenke's ruined their NBA team, are you getting a striker? Oh, I see what you mean.
The Kroenkes put the wrong people in charge who ended up getting rid of some.
But they won something, yeah? They won a title, yeah? Okay, but they put the wrong people in charge. Cool. Clip that as well. 2 minutes 21:18.
They did win, but they've never won anything since. And they have a player in their team that is like an all-timer.
Okay. Well, we got Odegaard.
What all-timers do we have in our team?
Well, I don't know. You keep gassing up all these players, so tell me. Let me ask you this very quickly. I know, Dan, sorry. Let me ask both of you guys this, yeah? If we was to get Florian Wirtz or Musiala this summer, would you get rid of Odegaard?
Yeah. For Wirtz, yeah.
For Musiala, yeah, not for Wirtz.
What? Okay, Wirtz is better than Musiala. Come on, Christian.
Thank you very much. 2 hours, 21 minutes, 46 seconds. Lovely, jubbly.
Him and Wirtz.
So there's better players out there then. So there's better players out there than what we currently have. Thank you. That's my point.
Lee, I've never said he's the best attacking midfielder or 8 in whatever position he plays for us this season. I've never said he's the best in the world in that position. I just back him. I've seen high level of.
Yeah, but bro, you're like a three-legged donkey in a fucking Grand National, bro. It had Arsenal written on the side of it. Like, come on.
Lee, I think Odegaard would be a better 8 than a 10 at this point.
Odegaard is not an 8, bruv. He is an 8, but he's not so good at 8s, bruv. There's better 8s in the world than him. Yeah, there's better 10s in the world than him. There's better right wingers than Saka. There's better left wingers than Martinelli and Trossard. There's better fucking numbers.
There's not too many better.
There's better right backs. Well, Timber's been sick. I can't lie. Yeah, Timber. I don't think I've ever seen. I don't think I've seen a single left winger cook him in a game this season.
No,
it's been true.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
He's been unreal. Summer's party.
Sounding a little bit too positive there, Lee. Calm down. Bro.
Yeah, well, Dan, I came here to be positive, and these two are fucking wound me up.
he might have a bad game in 2 weeks, and you'll say the opposite.
No, not at all. See, this is where I'm fair. If a player plays well, I always say they play well.
But Odegaard played well for the last 2 years.
Yeah, and guess what? Go and look at my fan cams. Go and look at my fan cams.
I mean, in all seriousness, though, guys, in all seriousness, this summer window, we've got to get it right because we cannot go another season like this season.
We will.
What? But
I love Egal, man.
50 million pounds. He ain't got
Brother,
it right yet. He ain't got it right yet, has he?
This summer, this summer, when we get a 6-foot+ Swedish fella coming from Portugal, and he comes into this team bagging 40+ goals.
So what if he don't come then?
No one else is going to bid for him. When Arsenal are the elite club, no one else is going to bid for him.
Because Barcelona need a Lewandowski replacement. Chelsea need a striker. Man United need a striker.
Every fucking striker in the world.
You don't see any other club in your eyes. You don't see any other club in your eyes bidding for Gyökeres.
Every fucking striker in the world would love to be at Arsenal right now. You are coming into a ready-made team.
Really?
Corner again, LA.
You are coming into a ready-made team with service from every single area. Bukayo Saka serving you, the midfield serving you, the left wing
serving you. You know.
Mikel Moreno is bagging 6 goals in 8 games. If you are a striker in world football and you back yourself to improve to the top level, and Arsenal come knocking, you are packing your bags, running to the airport, telling your whole family, meet me there in 2 weeks.
Okay, cool. How comes Nico Williams then? All the talk about that is now he's changed his mind.
Nico Williams, you know what it is? The reality of the Nico Williams situation, he has his heart set on Barcelona. Barcelona are cheap and they want to get rid of Rafinha because they realize he's selfish. And they think Nico Williams
selfish. You know he's the top scorer in the Champions League, right?
Yeah, because he's selfish. He stole a goal off.
Maybe we should have some selfish players then. Bro, do you know what's
Barcelona want to sell Rafinha, and they want Nico Williams as the replacement.
And guess what? He's not as good as Rafinha. He's shit.
Yeah, but Barcelona want to be cheap, and they want to cash in on.
They want to be cheap. You know they're playing this whole we're skint gimmick, and they've been doing that until they move in the stadium. They're not skint, bruv. They're not skint.
I think we're going to be in a bidding war with Gyökeres. I don't think we're going to.
It's not even a bidding. It's not even a bidding war, DJ. It's a release clause. It'll be wage bidding war.
Let me give you the scenario. Okay, you have Arsenal on this side. You have Manchester United on this side. You're a fucking idiot if you go to Manchester United. You have
they've won 2 trophies in the last 3 years.
What, the biggest club in the world,
and they're still in the Europa League.
One second. So Manchester United, Chelsea. If you go to any of those 2 clubs over Arsenal, you're an idiot. Simple.
Okay.
Hang on a minute. Let me. This is really important because, like, what you've just said there, just because Man United are in the mud and where they are in the league, that's totally
they can't league finish, DJ. That's the problem.
Because they are the one, whether you like it or not, and it doesn't matter where Man United sit in the league, they are one of the biggest clubs in the world.
Because of money.
No, exactly. So no. You're
willing to spend money, but
Egal, Man United, period, along with Real Madrid, are the biggest club in the world.
Right.
Guess what? You're right. But where you are
to play for the biggest clubs in the world, and one of them is Man United. Period.
Guess what? If Barcelona or Real Madrid are in the Europa League or in the Conference League or not even in European competitions, and you have a team that is competing at the highest level, showing that they're getting further in the Champions League, showing that they have all these things and they're willing to come and get you, Arsenal is a much more ambitious.
So how comes Man United keep getting top-class players when they're in the Europa League then?
No, it's a different conversation. We're talking about Paul Pogba coming to them a couple of years back to right now.
But that's like Ibrahimovic in the Europa League.
Okay, guys, on a
No,
serious right now.
I'm just,
One second.
all I'm saying-
I want
no,
to understand where your mindset is.
One second.
If you're looking at it from the player's perspective, and you're looking
Right.
at it from money that we can offer and opportunity in the project that we can offer, what makes you think Manchester United or Chelsea or any other club would come and get Victor Gyökeres from us right now?
I'll tell you why. Because both of them teams, Man United and Chelsea have been to way more finals in the last 10 years than we have, mate. How about
Anybody who goes to those clubs because they won more FA Cups than Arsenal over the last 5 years.
That's my point. All I'm
Chelsea
saying
won the
is-
Champions League, mate, since Arteta's won an FA Cup.
They didn't win a fucking Champions League with Cole Palmer lead.
Nobody cares.
You just answered.
What are you talking about?
You've just said my point. What I'm trying to say is we are not going to be the only club bidding for these top strikers.
Who's bidding for him?
What I'm saying is, if Gyökeres goes,
well, I don't know where you put in this shisha, lads, but it's fucked.
We are not going to be Arsenal. Not going to be the only club coming in for Gyökeres. Barcelona needs.
No, but DJB.
United need a striker. Chelsea desperately need a striker.
I'm going to ask you a simple question. Who needs a striker that you think is a better, more attractive club than
Barcelona?
More money than us.
Barcelona.
That's irrelevant.
Okay, stop right there. You think Barcelona can get rid of Lewandowski to bring in Victor Gyökeres and spend 80?
Lewandowski's on about 650 grand a week, mate. So yeah. And he's nearly 40. He's fucking what, 38, 37?
It's irrelevant who is the better. Who is
they could bring Victor Gyökeres about fucking 200 grand a week. He walks straight in their team, and instantly they win it again next year.
Players are going to go where the money is. I mean, if Chelsea are going to offer him 350 grand a week, and we're going to offer him 180 grand a week, where's he going?
No answer to the Barcelona.
1 second. Chelsea are not going to beat us to a punch for any player.
Well, they did to Caicedo.
No, they didn't. We didn't bid for Caicedo.
Yeah, we did. David Ornstein told us. Your mate.
We never got a bid accepted for Caicedo.
No, we never got a bid accepted for Caicedo.
Yeah.
But we did actually go in for Caicedo.
I know, but there's a difference.
And he went to Chelsea, bro.
It's really naive.
Because we didn't want to pay the money. They did.
There's a difference between getting a bid accepted and getting... I honestly think sometimes your pessimism about everything around Arsenal makes you think that we can't get.
No, you only hear what the positive sparkles and unicorns and fairies and we're a family. This is great. We just slapped Madrid. Everything's great.
You speak about me like I'm on meth. What the fuck? Like, relax.
Egal, you're hilarious, bro.
Okay.
Come on, look at bro. This is the thing, yeah. People go off of the last recent seating that has happened, yeah. People do this all the time, yeah. Right. And whilst it's great, listen, we're all buzzing that this shouldn't have been how it's been for 2.5 hours. You started it. It's your fault. However, I've started it enough times on Terry's channel with you, yeah, and this channel and our channels, yeah, right, bro. People don't count outside of this particular season. They only look at the current flipping thing, yeah, right, and it's more of a Twitter thing, right. People only go off of the current, most recent thing that's happened, yeah? Right? It's jarring, bro.
What is that on Egal's?
Yeah? Depending on what level of recency bias they're looking at, they forget everything other than this season. They forget that Real Madrid have won 10 trophies since what? Oh, they've won them in the last 3 years. Yeah? 10 trophies and they're in another final. But don't worry, we slapped them 3-0, they're shit. No, yeah, well, what are we then?
Phil Foden is your
my logic is
players will still choose Arsenal. Declan Rice chose Arsenal over Manchester City.
Chelsea.
Julian Timber
Man City didn't bid the money for him.
Yeah,
Man City did not bid 100 million for him. Otherwise, he would have gone there.
Did.
No, they didn't. I tell you that.
Manchester United wanted Julian Timber. He was Ten Hag's first choice. He chose Arsenal.
Yeah, we wanted Lautaro Martinez, so he went to Man United. So what's your excuse there then?
Ten Hag. Yeah, Calafiori in the summer was sought after by a lot of big clubs. He chose Arsenal.
Do you know why? Because we paid him 10 times his wages at Bologna. Yeah, some money talks then, right?
Yeah, of course it does.
Thank you. So if you pay the money, you get your guy.
But Arsenal still have Paul.
No, we don't. We just pay over the odds for shit players.
Bro, look at Man United.
There's no chance in the summer that Arsenal get Gyökeres.
No, I'm not saying there's no chance we don't get Gyökeres. However, what I'm saying is there's not, and what DJ started saying, yeah, we're not going to be the only club in. We all know his release clause, bro. Don't think David Ornstein saying you're saying flash. Every single person, every single football club in the world knows Victor Gyökeres's release clause? They know what he's getting paid. Bro, I can Google it right now and find out what Victor Gyökeres is getting paid.
Now,
Right?
but Lee,
So now that's just us on the internet. Now imagine the agents and the clubs and the people, the reps that work for the club, the hierarchies and all of this, yeah? The
You'll
sporting
have a bidding
directors.
war for him, definitely.
Yeah, bro, I swear down, if Victor Gyökeres has got his head screwed on, he goes Barcelona.
okay, by the way, can I say one thing?
It's only
First
up the
of all,
road from Paul.
the reason why
from
Phil Foden's my
Sporting.
picture is because he had a stinker on the weekend and I was roasting Man City. fans.
You can't rip into
Right?
Foden, man.
No, I was making fun of Phil Foden. That's why he's
No,
my
bro,
picture.
he dismisses his first 2 titles, apparently.
Yeah,
Come
Phil
on, you
Foden's a
can't
fraud.
Yeah, he dismisses, DJ dismisses his first 2 titles.
Anyways, bringing it back to the main thing. I want you guys to know. I want you guys to know there's many different ways to look at it. Who's the biggest club? Who has the most money to spend for that player's contract for the year, and also fit, and who gives them the best sporting project. Arsenal right
Sporting
now.
project, fucking what
Arsenal
are we doing
right now. Any striker who comes into Arsenal who's a proper striker, we take them.
He's going to
from
look at it and
8
say, I can't get a goal because these men are passing sideways and backwards around the edge of the
but
box.
guess what? Guess what? If you go to Manchester United, there is no guarantee, even if you're Victor Gyökeres, you're going to do well. You go
Yes,
to
there
Arsenal,
is. Do you know why? Do you know why? Do you know why?
No, but let
Do
me
you know why?
finish,
Do you know why?
finish,
Do you know why? Because Victor
I let-
Gyökeres is light years
I let
better
you
than the
finish
2
after
they've
you're
got now.
making jokes.
Go
Let
on,
me
sorry.
finish.
Go on,
2 seconds.
go on.
2 seconds, right?
Kenny, you're way too polite.
I think we talk too much about what
man.
I think we talk too much about what teams have done lately or all these other things. The reality situation is I don't think Chelsea's Champions League from a couple years ago is relevant in the conversation of attractiveness for this current Chelsea
No, because it's
squad.
the most recency bias thing that you can bring up to make out Arsenal amazing and
I don't
everyone
think
else's
Manchester
shit.
United's FA Cups and League Cups of the last. Holy shit! My son woke up. I gotta go.
He
No
rage
worries,
quit again. He rage quit again. Yeah, that's
I'll tell
twice
you
in
what,
one stream.
That's another good topic, isn't it? Who would you take, Foden or Odegaard?
Foden in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Foden stepped up, yeah. Foden stepped up. Actually, Foden scored a screamer against Real Madrid.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's not tough. Foden's won 18, 19 trophies.
Yeah.
Yeah, Foden's actually won player of the season.
Foden, Saka, and Rice in the same team. That sounds appealing to me.
Foden in the number 10 would absolutely cook. Yeah, and he's had a shit season, and rightly so. He's getting cussed out by people, but Foden is an absolute baller.